All right, AP students, here's a last link to doing a really good report on the pond is using this water quality assessment scorecard. You notice at the top, this is a New Hampshire Department of Environmental Services protocol that they use for streams, which is different than what the pond is. But remember, the pond is part of a connected stream system. And so we use this just as a way to see how things are changing. And so I'm going to demonstrate how to fill out this card using 2019's data, which I have on my Simpsons Biodiversity Index sheet. It's the same sheet that I gave you earlier in the week. And so I'm going to fill this out, and by watching me fill this out, you'll know how to do yours for 2020. Remember, this has to be done once you have a completed biodiversity index from both groups, which will be shared with you at the end of today. So looking at the verbiage study, starting this first square on the left, we have a muddy bottom. Muddy bottom sampling only. Yes, that's what we did. We really had kind of a mixture of this and some, that's really about it. Do we have aquatic vegetation beds? No. Do we have snags and logs? No. Vegetated bank and root wads? Probably. Yeah, that's probably that. Okay, that square is not excuse me, not key compared to this next one, which does a macroinvertebrate community count. Notice it says identify the macroinvertebrates in this sample and assign them letter codes based on their abundance. R for that many, C for this many, and D for others. So looking quickly at the numbers, I'm going to go column by column. Group 1 is indicated here. This is group 1. Okay, so we're going to look at that one first. So looking at mayflies, I can see that we have 46 in 2014. So that makes it a C, right? It makes it a C because it's 10 to 99 of them. I see stonefly nymph, water penny, gill snail. They all have 1. So that is rare. So I'm going to put an R. Whoops. Hang on. Don't want to do that. Put an R. I need to go a little larger on this so I can do this correctly. Let me erase this. So I have an R, have an R, and have an R. And for caddisfly larvae, we have 7. That's another R. Going to the next group. Okay, we're going to do the next group. Looking at the next group, look at the list. We have beetle larvae of 14, crayfish. So 14 is a C. I have damselfly nymphs, which is 12, so that makes a C. And you have 37 scuds, that makes a C. Looking at other ones, we have crayfish, which is a 2, that was rare. And dragonfly nymphs, rare. Moving on to the next, nothing else. Moving on to the next group, we have aquatic worms, leeches, and midge larvae. For aquatic worms and leeches, they are both rare. They're under 10. They're 6 and 1, respectively. And then midge larvae, we have 10, so that makes a C. Okay, so now we have our totals for 2019. Now we're going to go over here. We're going to do the math. So number of R's. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 R's in group 1. So that's a 4. 4 times 5 is 20. Number of C's in this group 1 is 1. So that's a total of 5.6. Number of D's, dominant, we have 0. So total 0. We add those up, we have a total of 25.6. Moving on to group 2, we have 1, 2, 3. No, we have 2 R's. So 2 times 3.2. I'm going to do the quick calculation. I think it's going to be something like 7. But I need to do the math, so let's do the math. Come on, calculator. 3.2 times 2. 6.4. I could have done that in my head, I think. The C's, I have 3. So we're looking at times 3. We have 10.2. We have none of these. So this 0 is 0. So adding it together, we have 16.6. Go to the next group. We have 2 and we have 1. So 2 times, we have 2.4, we have 1.1, we have a 0. So we have a total of 3.5. We add all that up. 3.5 plus 16.6 plus 25.6 equals, we have a water quality score of 45.7. Okay, and so when we add all this up, we get our water quality score. And so for 2019, we have an excellent score. So this is relatively simple math, right? Just a little complicated. The part that usually catches students off guard is this part. They don't read the directions, so make sure you read the directions correctly and do each of these groups, okay, and do the math. Show your work, share it with your group, and see if everybody gets the same number and water quality score for 2020. All right, best of luck with that. See you next time.